Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I have an interview with Louise from French. She's a conservative teen creator, and yes, my name is Louise Zia. Louise, can you tell me a little bit about you? From where do you come and how's your life going?
Um, well, I come from the south of France
Yes?
and I make political videos and that's about it.
Okay. When did you start it and where did the idea come from?
Mm. I started when I was around 14, 15 maybe,
Yes?
and the idea started um I'm not too sure. I've always been pretty implicated in politics. And as I got older, the social media became available to me, so I just used social media as a way to translate my interest in politics.
Okay. Do you think I can tell that about Germany? In Germany, I think there are the left side and the right side, but the middle is like it doesn't exist. So I
Mm,
think we have these two political sides, and I see it dangerous because the left ones hate the right ones, and the right ones have hate the left ones. Yes. What do you
mm.
think about it?
In Germany,
Yes, generally, I think is it in your country the same?
um, in my country, it's a bit complicated because we have, in my opinion, left
Yes.
and then far left. We have groups that call themselves right wing, but I don't really see them as being right-wing groups. I think that we only have leftist political parties in France.
Okay. But do you think why hate many people conservatives?
Do they hate conservatives?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. They they especially hate pro-lifers because there aren't any pro-lifers in France.
Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Like where, how do you do it and what can people do to help you and to make the topic more public?
Well, in France, it's particularly hard to be pro-life because, the abortion is in the Constitution. And
Yes.
even the far right, as you would call them, parties in France, are still pro-abortion. So we don't really have any pro-life politicians in
Yeah.
France. But I'm not extremely involved in French politics, so I don't get a lot of trouble from them since I'm mostly online with Americans.
You lived a few years in America, so do you
Yeah.
see a difference between these countries about these topics, conservatism and to about pro-life?
Mm, in America, you have a lot of political diversity.
Yes.
There's a lot of left-wing people and a lot of right-wing people, which is very good. But in France or in, I think, maybe just Western Europe in general, we have a very large majority of leftists. So there's not really a balance or any sort of conversation between the two sides over here.
Yes. So I know the topic a little bit too, and the people say always that's not even a baby, it doesn't even exist. So how would
Mm.
you answer these people?
Um, it doesn't really matter if people consider it to be a baby. Some people just call it a fetus, and I personally think that it's okay to call it a fetus because that is the medical term. And I don't think that calling it the medical term is dehumanizing.
Yes.
And I think that, calling it a fetus shows that it's human. It's biologically and scientifically a human being, so it doesn't really matter if people believe that it's a baby or not, because either way, it has inherent human value.
So true. What do you think? I see it like our generation is like a lot of people are left and
Hmm.
all of them hate babies. Like it's not all, but the most of them. And nobody wants babies anymore. And generally, is it just my view of this, or do you think the same?
No, no, it's definitely true that people don't want to have children like they used to. There's
Yes.
a very big decline, especially over here.
I see it in Germany too. The most people are like 50 years and slowly they don't work anymore and we have not in youth. Yes.
Mm.
So how is your perspective about abortion politics in Europe generally? What do you think could we change to make it better and what's wrong right now?
How can I, what do I think?
What
Uh,
the European system could change to make it better for the babies. I mean, we all need more babies in Europe.
the the best thing that I can say is that if you want to have babies, you need to have a lot of babies
Yes,
because the people that don't want to have babies are having no babies. So, there's not really a balance. So it's just kind of, the population is declining and nobody is having kids and nobody wants to have kids. Um, but yeah, just encouraging people to have children or supporting people who already have children. I don't think that we're going to be able to change anything in terms of the law. To be honest, I think that leftist policies and immigration and all of that have just um, they have a too powerful of a hold on Europe. So it
yes,
would be extremely difficult to get right-wing politicians into the system now. But that doesn't mean that we can't still influence people and encourage them on our own.
okay. You talked a little bit about immigration too, and I see it every day, something different. People get killed on the street, people get hurted, kids get raped, and a lot more. You will be a mother soon too. How does the view change it for you when you think my kid goes to school in a few years and probably something could happen to it?
I mean, it's definitely very scary to think about. I don't have a problem with immigration as a concept. I think that it needs to be a lot more regulated than it
Yes,
is right now. Right now, we are taking a amount of immigrants that is very inappropriate compared to the amount of people that we have in the country. And I think that that's causing a lot of problems. And I think I'm just going to do my best to protect my children in the future, even if that means having to leave Europe.
yes. This could be so easy, like the people that really want to work in Europe and
Mm,
like our systems and people,
mm,
it's okay, they can come and work and they are like a family for us all, but then I see people that are on the street and say, I hate Germany, I hate Europe, and
mm.
they don't like our system, they hate us. Why can't such people go out? I mean, what's wrong with Europe? Did you ever had a moment online that made you change your view and like when you started to do Instagram at the point,
Have I ever changed my
like when
um
you started, did some point change your view or did you ever think it
oh
differently?
mm, yes, I think that when I started making videos, I was a lot more supportive
Yes.
of Trump than I am today. And I was a lot more supportive of politicians in general. You know, I was very much in the whole Republican Party supporting presidents thing that I had going on, but I don't really feel that way anymore about it.
Okay, I understand. So about posting things online, how do you feel like when people comment things about you and say bad things like I hope you die and some things like this? I see it when you post it online and I think
Yeah.
what's with the people? Why are they like this?
I don't really care that much. As I said, I've been making videos for a very long time, so I've gotten a lot of negative comments over the years, to the point where I don't really care about them anymore. You
Yeah,
know, I'm a little bit immune to the hate comments, which is good, but yeah.
yes. It needs time until you feel strong enough, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think you change people's views? And yes,
Mm, I don't. I think that it's very difficult to change someone's mind on something. I've definitely helped people,
yes,
but I don't know if I've ever changed someone's mind. You know, people can be very stubborn when it comes to their beliefs. So just because you
yes.
win a debate, doesn't mean that you're going to change their mind. So I'm not sure.
Okay. What kind of messages do you get from your followers, like positive aspects?
I get people telling me that they enjoy my videos or that they're very happy to see young conservatives, from our generation, um, or that they're happy to see um, people spreading a pro-life message and things like that. I get more positive messages than I do negative, so that's good.
Okay, that's good. What does freedom of speech mean to you?
Mm. I don't think that there should be a limit on freedom of speech. I think that people should be able to say anything that they want on the verge of threats, if that makes sense. So
Yes,
they should be able to say what they want,
yes,
but
without getting cancelled. Yes,
yes, but not threatening people directly.
okay,
That would be my limit to freedom of speech.
yes. So nobody gets hurted, but we all can say what we want and believe in
Mm,
our own things. Yes.
mm,
Where do you see yourself in like 5 years?
um, Well, maybe in 5 years, my social media will have grown a little bit, which would be nice. I would probably have my little boy in 5 years
Yes.
here, and hopefully he would be, healthy and happy and all of those things. And I would probably be in my degree in 5 years. I mean, the same way that I am now, but just doing better in those aspects.
Looks like a great future. And yes, I hope everything comes true. And yes, so Then my last question today is, what do you think can make the people like hold together more? We all eat, we all love our pets, we all are just people, and I hope that we all come together more.
How do I think that people can come together
Yes.
more? Um, I think that people focus on their differences too much. I think that sometimes people make politics the center of everything, which feels very stupid to me. I mean, I have pro-choice friends, I have leftist friends. I don't agree with them, and I feel like they are wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't think that them believing what they believe makes them bad people. I think it just makes them confused. And I think that it would be a lot better to be unified if people focused on what they have in common than what they have different.
Okay. So true. Then I say thank you for your interview, and I wish you a beautiful day. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.